Hello YouTube, this is Desert Fox bringing you another Terran vs Protoss. Now you might ask, why do I cast so many Terran vs Protoss? Well, the reason is when I go on Team Liquid, the most problems Terrans seem to have these days in Platinum League is against Protoss. And I really want to help them with this build that I find works if you play it right and you know exactly how the mechanics are with this build. So this is the 1-1-1 Warden style build, and it's essentially 12 racks, 13 gas, 15 orbital, 17 factory. Get your second gas halfway through that factory, and get your starport as soon as your factory is done. Scout a lot, and that's pretty much the essentials of the build. Now, when I'm scouting here with my SCV, and I see two assimilators, so he's teching up. And the other thing I see is that he's spending a lot of his current boost not on his cybernetics core, but on his stalker that I'm presuming that he's getting, because I'm just scouting around his base with my SCV. I'm free to do anything I want, and his stalker would prevent that. But I did only see one gateway, which is weird because it's coming close to the 5-minute mark. But that's okay for now. So now I'm just teching up. And for all you Protoss players out there, if any Protoss players watches this, if a Terran player does this and bunkers up like this at the front, he is teching up, going for a 1-1-1, and usually that means you're able to secure your expansion really quickly, because if you get Immortals out, you'll probably win the fight, and it's really safe to just fax expand against the 1-1-1. Let's speed this up a bit. So yeah, he pokes up, he sees this, and immediately he has a Nexus. So now what you want to get a tech lab right after Hellion, and where'd that Hellion go? Oh, I already lost it. But I scouted his Nexus, but it got picked off. Going a bit too fast. And you want to get your tech lab on the starport, get Banshees, and after 2 Banshees you'll have enough gas for 1 Raven, if everything goes accordingly. Yeah, but keep up on the siege tank production, but having siege tanks, it's not the most important thing, especially if he has a lot of Immortals. And I know that he has a lot of Immortals because I saw the 2 gas, and that's what players get when they go 2 gas and then expand. It's just a standard build. And his gas was not ridiculously early. Also, seeing sentries in his army sees that he's not going for some ridiculous Dark Templar or Void Ray push, because if he was, he'd be using all his gas. So now I got my 2 Banshees, and I was about to push, except that I felt like he was about to push as well. So I kept those here. And yeah, so right now, he expanded way earlier than me. See, I see his army right there. And still, my army size is bigger. I think... Actually, no, they're pretty even. Our armies are pretty even. Except that most of his army is in sentries, and I just put down an auto turret because that's all I had. And as you can see, units lost. That unit composition was not the best for me. Now, I did not get the siege upgrade earlier because I don't have enough gas in the early game to afford it. And unless I'm scared of a 4-gate or something like that, I can just skimp on it, because I'm not worried of an early push if he goes for an early expand. And then after I destroyed his army, it's time for me to counterattack. And again, I'm just bringing the resources lost up for him. I'm preventing mining. Like, as soon as I saw that he pulled all his workers, I just decided to pull back. I did economic damage, and as you can see, my income is bigger than his. Way bigger than his. I got 2 gas geysers mining, and I got a ton of mules plopping down. So that's cool. And the usual transition for me, when I don't see a ton of zealots, is to get a second starport for medevacs and stuff. And pump out Marines, Marauders, get double upgrades, and get the +1. And I did throw down a scan, sorry I missed that, and he does have robotics. So he does have Colossus, but that's okay because Vikings destroy Colossus easily. So my Marine Marauder force with Vikings and Banshees completely obliterated that. And since I obliterated that push, I feel safe getting my expansion up. Right now, with this army that I have, I should be pushing out and destroying these rocks, securing this watchtower as well, getting full map control. I don't have the APM for that right now, or the concentration multitasking. I'm more worried about getting my ghosts up, which I'm not really doing perfectly, but there you go. Ghosts, siege tanks, medevacs, marines. And this is pretty much the final battle. A lot of marauders, a lot of banshees do a ton of damage against everything. Their DPS is incredible, except the marines have the highest damage per dollar. But they die really quickly to Colossus, so don't really need to get them. Focus more on marauders and ghosts. They'll do the most damage because they'll survive longer. And I have this for point defense drones. Those are always useful. And right now, his income is actually 0. I don't know this because I didn't know that his base was mined out. But if you go in the everyone cam, his base is mined out. He has just a ton of probes sitting there. So he has no way of making an army right now. Now he's transferring all his workers here. And I got more ghosts, marines, Vikings, medevacs. Because I don't know that he has no income right now. I didn't know that I starved him that much by doing my first push. Because my main isn't mined out yet. But it will be soon. So yeah, just keep up on the production, and if you see him going standard, it is okay to keep producing siege tanks. Siege tanks will actually work great. And if he gets a ton of immortals, just make more marines, make more banshees. That's why you're free to tech switch. That's why I love the 1-1-1. You can make banshees, ravens, you can make Vikings. The whole, like almost every single Terran unit you can make. And all you have to do is react in time to what the Protoss is doing. Now he loses Colossus and it's GG for him. I EMP his buildings because I want to kill them faster. But that's okay. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.